Welcome back. We are on to Learning Objective 2, Anthropology, Leading Your Customers, Thunderstruck. So for this learning objective, we're going to know the key benefits of MindTap for Stockard that will help us take share this spring. So for Stockard's MindTap, there are some differences from chapter to chapter within the learning path. So as you can see from chapter 5, here on the left, we have the Anthropologist Toolkit Fieldwork Activity. And then if you look at chapter 14 on the right, there is no Anthropologist Toolkit activity. We have a story map listed. So if a chapter has the Anthropologist Toolkit, it will not have the story map, and vice versa. Within Stockard's MindTap learning path, 8 chapters will have the Anthro Toolkit, and 6 chapters will have the story map. So again, we'll have some resources for you that will highlight which feature is available for which chapters, but just know that there is some variation from chapter to chapter. The first feature of Stockard's MindTap that we'll talk about are the ethnocase maps. Ethnocase maps are a visual representation of the 6 key regions that Stockard tracks throughout her text. So here you can see chapter 14, and you see the 6 key regions listed there at the top of the map. North America, the Andes, the Middle East, Southern Africa, East Asia, and Southeast Asia. So within each chapter, these are the 6 regions that are going to be found. And you'll notice that in this particular chapter, the students are going to be reading about 5 of those 6 key regions with an ethnocase. So the ethnocases are actually found in the e-reader itself. So students will be required to go into the e-reader to read these ethnocases, and then it's going to give them a good idea of the cultural similarities and the cultural differences that are found in these regions. Also, not only that, but it's going to track that over time. So starting in chapter 1 to chapter 14, it's going to be taking a look at how these cultures, their similarities and differences change, also how the cultures themselves change over time. So if we look at this example here, we look at Southern Africa, and on the map you can see it's listed. It kind of gives the students an idea of what they're going to be reading about, and then that's going to tie to the reading in the e-reader. So the students are going to go in and read the ethnocase and have an idea about that particular region. So the ethnocases are great for students to help them make connections to these key 6 regions that Stockard has outlined. So it's going to help the students really make connection to the cultural differences and the changes over time. It is throughout all 14 chapters, so the students have some continuity throughout the MindTap course. There are focused on 6 key regions, which we discussed earlier. And it is going to encourage your students to read the text. So again, the ethnocases are in the reader. So your instructors are going to love the fact that the students actually do have to go in and read. And it will be a key selling point for some of your customers. So definitely show them the ethnocase map and how their students are going to be able to make those connections throughout the course. The next benefit we're going to talk about are media quizzes. So the media quizzes are found throughout the book, and the media quizzes provide the students with a video. So the students are going to go in, they're going to be able to watch a video. It's going to relate to the chapter that they're studying, again, to those 6 key regions that they're studying about. And then it's going to provide them with a series of questions that they're going to answer. Now, throughout the video, it is going to stop at various points and ask them questions, so they're not all at the end, but it is going to require the students to watch the video in order to answer the questions. So the media quiz is going to really give the students a better understanding of the chapter content and provides relevant examples for them. So they're really going to get to see the content that they're studying in action. It's also going to require them to think critically, which is very big in anthropology, and it's something that the anthropology instructors are really going to emphasize. The students are going to have to watch the videos and then think critically on what is going on in the video so that they can answer the questions that are covered in the video. The next benefit that we'll discuss are our story maps. So again, this is another story map that we took a look at the Engagement Summit. This is migration, the global refugee crisis. Obviously a very relevant topic to where we are in the world, something that the students are seeing continually, so it's something that they definitely can relate to. Again, I'm really not going to go into a lot of in-depth information here because we already covered that with the Haviland MindTap. But again, the story maps are really going to help the students visualize what they're learning. It's a great way for them to understand the anthropological concepts that they're studying. It's going to allow them to analyze and process data. And again, 6 story maps throughout the text. And your instructors are really going to like the benefits of this from the standpoint of students being able to go in and interact with these maps in a way that's going to be relevant to them. Also within Stockard's MindTap, Mastery Training with Sarago. Again, we just discussed this with the Haviland text, but again, taking students from memorization to mastery. So taking it from short term, I'm just studying for a test, to long term is now a part of my thought process. Instructors are really going to like Sarago. They're going to like the fact that it's going to help students understand the content that they're studying. So definitely get in and demo Sarago to your instructors. More training to come.